The village in it with a map and a plan. No place too tiny for this determined man. Crossing the counties one by one, you'll see in every English corner a bit of history.
The North Kesteven series is sponsored by Gainsborough Cycles 01427 617 752. For all your cycling needs, this is your one-stop shop located at 20 Ropery Road, Gainsborough, or online at gainsboroughcycles.com. There's a link in the description. Gainsborough Cycles, ask for Trevor Halstead. Welcome back to North Kesteven again, everybody. Now today I've got one of those episodes that I'm going to be through in a flash, and there's not really much to film either. This one's all about what you can't see as opposed to what you can see. Let's see what happens. This is Roxholm. Roxholm, Rox Homestead. Today in North Kesteven we're covering the smallest parish that remains in this district, and it's one of those that's truly blink and you'll miss it. Not many people even know of the existence of Roxholm, but being fair, that's probably more to do with the nearby villages of Cranwell and Lessingham than it is with Roxholm itself. This is essentially a deserted medieval village, the sort of settlement which I would cover in about 2 minutes if it was within a larger parish. However, Roxholm has been its own parish for a long time. Alternatively spelt and pronounced as Roxham, this was mentioned in the Domesday Book. It belonged to Alfred of Lincoln and Geoffrey Alslin and had a population of 8 people. Its name is Old English and means Rox homestead or estate. It grew to be fairly substantial with a population of 49 families by the early 19th century. That gave it a total population of 139 in 1871, which was its peak. The medieval village is no longer around, and what you see in Roxholm today is the modern version, built over part of its former site. A few faint traces of earthworks that represent possible late medieval crofts can be seen to the south of Old Hall Farm. Roxholm Hall is probably the only landmark of note in the place these days. It's made of bleak stock brick and is said to be dated 1874, although the north wing originated in the 18th century. It once commanded a small parkland with some formal gardens and some extensive views over the surrounding area. The hall is still here, so let's check it out and see if Roxholm holds anything else of interest. Okay, so we've driven into Roxholm off the A15 and we've ended up on this road right here, which is quite narrow and it's got lots of speed bumps in it. Now I'm going to be really quick here because this is a single track road and I'm actually parked up here in one of the passing places, so I need to get a move on. There's nobody around at the moment, so I should be alright for a few minutes, but I don't want to stay here for too long. Now the reason I've stopped here is because I'm interested in this field right here, because the main sort of settlement of Roxholm is kind of over there and down there, but this field holds a few secrets to its past, I suppose. So aside from the A15, which cuts across the southwestern portion of the land Roxholm covers, you have just 2 roads you can otherwise use. You can enter Roxholm from either road, but you're much better off using this one off the A15 because the one to the east is a rough, bumpy track. There is another advantage to using this lane though. To your left as you drive in are some medieval remains. These aren't the best preserved earthworks you will ever see, but they are still noticeable. Roxholm was never a massive village in medieval times, but it definitely had more of a presence than it has today. These faint earthworks represent part of the village, the rest has been built upon by more modern structures. One of them is Roxholm Hall. Also, these earthworks aren't the only ones you can find in the village. There's a few more to the south of Old Hall Farm. So now we've defined how the place is laid out, let's go and see its biggest landmark, Roxholm Hall. Originally a country mansion built of bleak stock brick, Roxholm Hall was built in 1874. It was the residence and property of John Albert Cole before in 1911 being lived in by a Mrs. Bourne. The hall has always been surrounded by extensive grounds, and so it remains today. It was once the manor house of the Roxholm estate. Within the grounds is a secret garden containing a fountain and a patio. That would have been the hall's formal garden back in the 1870s. In more modern times, the house has been extended, refurbished and redecorated to provide a cosy and comfortable surrounding for all of its current residents. Today, you see, the hall is a residential care home dedicated to the needs of older people as well as those that need specialist dementia care. It has 39 beds. It also features 3 self-contained apartments that offer its residents a degree of independence whilst remaining within a safe and secure environment. Every month, the home holds an event, which may be a party, a show from a visiting entertainer, or a performance from a visiting musician. These help keep the residents entertained. So that's Roxholm Hall, but don't be fooled thinking that's the only thing here. It's not. Next I'm going to take you to a different part of Roxholm where there's a different landmark entirely. So although we already know the other way into and out of Roxholm is a little tough to conquer in a vehicle, I opted to drive it anyway. By using this road I was able to get to where I needed to be in the next one much more easily than by reusing the other road. It also means you get to see the rest of Roxholm village, if you can call it that. There is another reason why I've come down here after all. We're now on the minor road that passes Roxholm Hall to the east, and on it there's a former Methodist Chapel. This was Wesleyan originally. It was built in 1871 and closed in 2005. Although it's now disused, the burial ground which is attached to it is still in use. The chapel was built by the Cole family of Roxholm Hall and became part of Sleaford's Wesleyan circuit in 1875. It was primarily for the workers of the estate at Roxholm because, as we learned back in Temple Brewer, even farmhands needed somewhere to go to church. The building was designed by a Mr. Whittaker of Dorrington. On opening, its inauguration was celebrated by a public tea, attended by 180 people. The craziest thing about that is the number is more than the population's greatest ever peak. I guess the Coles had a lot of workers. So obviously this is the chapel's cemetery. The chapel itself is off limits to the public these days because it's a privately owned property, but you can still bring yourself into this cemetery. It's a nice little quiet spot actually, secluded by some quite tall hedgerows, so you're quite private as well. And it's just a nice place for a bit of peaceful reflection, shall we say. It's lovely. That's really all there is to Roxholm. That's a really, really small place, isn't it? But we've still got another one to go to yet here in North Kesteven that's much bigger. It's literally just down the road. Follow me. Alright, so with Roxholm behind us, we've only got one village left in North Kesteven. It's a much bigger one and shares its parish council with Roxholm. See you there, everyone. Now, just before I go, remember, this video is part of a huge project to visit every civil parish in England. That's more than 10,000. These routes are pre-planned, and due to time constraints, I can't cover every detail or walk down every street. Please don't complain if this video missed something out. I pronounce names how I choose to. I am very aware that local dialect may vary, and I don't take kindly to criticism about this. You've been warned. It's impossible to know everything too. If this video was terrible, make your own. If you're a regular watcher of The Village Idiot, you're not the only one. If you've got a small business, why not use my videos to advertise it? Leave a comment below if you're interested. And finally, thanks for watching this episode, everybody. Give us a like and a subscribe if you've enjoyed this episode, and share it with your friends and relatives. It all helps to keep this mission going. Until next time, I've been Andy, also known as The Village Idiot, and I'm out.